What's up, everybody? So we're out in the shop with another daily vlog, and in this episode we are working on the EDC Seax that we forged out of a piece of scrap 5160. Now the goal for this episode is to start working on the blade. We got to get this thing to where we can start acid etching it and doing all that stuff. Now I don't know exactly what point I'm going to get to in this particular episode. We're just going to work until we're done working for the night. So what we do need to do is get the bevels final ground. Then we got to get our maker's mark put on here. Then we got to start hand sanding, and then we got to get acid etching done. So there's still a lot to do. Hand sanding takes forever. So I don't know exactly what part we're going to stop at, like I said, but we'll see how this goes. I'm ready to go ahead and jump into this and start knocking this out. So let's go ahead, turn the 2x72 on, and get our bevels final ground. So now that we got our maker's mark done, we're going to go ahead and start hand sanding this. I'm going to start with 220 grit, go to 320 grit, 500 grit, then 800 grit. And we should have a pretty good finish on this. We're going to be using our Windex sanded any stuff right here to be able to keep our sandpaper from gumming up. I'm going to be using two different backers, a wooden one right here, and a soft side and hard side foam one. We're going to start off with our wooden one and go from there. And you know, the goal here is to be able to sand in opposite directions. So right now the grinding lines are all going this way, so from here to there to there to there. I'm sanding this way, so I am crossing over those grind lines, and it's going to help me make sure that those lines disappear. Once those lines disappear, I'll then start sanding a slightly different way with the next grit, and then a slightly different way with the next grit, and then from that point forward it'll just be coming towards me, so just from back to front, and then I will be hand sanding the flats just a little bit. This is going to get acid etched, so all this stuff's going to go back to dark anyways, so I just want to make sure I clean off any forged scale and whatever that's on the top of the flats and go from there. There we go. Now we can go ahead and switch up to the 320 grit. So now that we've been sanding this way, we're going to go ahead and start sanding this way with the 320 grit. So now that we have the blade nice and hand sanded all the way up to 800 grit, we're going to go ahead and do our acid etching. Now this is ferric chloride and distilled water. It's a 50-50 ratio. The ferric chloride is from RadioShack.com. If y'all didn't know that Radio Shack still existed, it does. Just online. So we're going to go ahead and let this soak for about, I'm going to say about 8 minutes, and then I'm going to pull it out, let it soak for about 8 minutes again, and then we'll go ahead and work on the finish and everything. But we don't need it to get jet black, we just need it to etch and darken a little bit. So I'm going to let that hang out in there for about 8 minutes, and then pull it out and clean it, then go back in. So surprisingly enough, this is how dark it got after the first like 7 minutes, not even a full 8 minutes. This definitely etched pretty dang dark. Alright, now we're going to clean it off just a little bit and go ahead, put it back in the acid, let it soak for about another 6-7 minutes, and then pull it out and finish it up. So that's how we look right now. Now, one of the things that I'm going to do is sand the flats, but not the bevels, with a 1500 grit sand pad. Alright, let's get it cleaned up the rest of the way. Then I'm going to go ahead and give this a buffing and see how this finish turns out. Alright guys, let's go ahead and wrap this daily vlog up here with a little bit of that. What do y'all think about that? So, I did the finish on this a little bit different than what people typically do. So typically people etch and then they sand the bevels and polish those up while leaving the top part dark. I did the reverse of that, and I sanded the flats so that they still have some sheen to them, and left the blade etched. And look at how much it makes that plunge line stand out. I mean, that is just absolutely awesome. I really like the way the bevels turned out on this. They just look super sleek against all that hammered texture. I think that that's absolutely awesome, but I want to know what y'all think about this. And are y'all going to try this? Super simple, but a nice, cool uniqueness to it. And I'm happy about this. I'm happy that I was able to go through all the hand sanding and do all that stuff and finish this completely in this episode. Well, finish the blade completely in this episode. So the thing that we need to focus on in the next daily vlog, which will of course be after the Shop Talk Tuesday, so Wednesday, is working on the handle. We've got to get the handle pretty much assembled, put on here. I don't know if we're going to get it shaped in that particular one. It might be focused more on getting the handle put together and then put on here. We'll see how that goes, because I still haven't even 100% decided what material is going to go on this. I've got an idea of which direction I want to go, but I don't know just yet. We're going to see what happens. But that's what we have to look forward to in the next daily vlog, guys. Hopefully y'all are excited about the Shop Talk Tuesday episode. I'm going to be peening in that guard. I'm going to be working on getting like the handle design and all that stuff together. It's going to be a lot of fun, okay? So hopefully y'all are looking forward to that. If you are, give this video a thumbs up. Share this video or one of my other videos. If you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thank y'all for just watching all these videos. I keep saying it, but I'm really, really thankful that y'all are doing that, that y'all are interacting with the channel. So there you go. Y'all have an amazing day. Y'all stay safe out there, and I will see y'all tomorrow.